Welcome back. More than 2 decades on, veteran broadcaster Thabo T-bose Mokwele still regards himself as the same young guy from Tembisa who was afforded an opportunity to work in the entertainment industry. He still regards radio as his first love after 20 years delivering to the masses. Our producer Thapelo Mowela caught up with him earlier on in the week and he paid homage to those that paved the way for him.
In fact, it is a blend. Gran Shakwani is the one who gave me the theatre of the mind because of the stories he told. Made you want to see him, you know. Oh, so he painted pictures. And then after that, I then met Ben Dikobe. At the time, I was still at Radio Bob. And then later, we became colleagues at Metro. But he's the guy who taught me radio. So, I think more than anything, Ben is the one who really gave me the license to do radio the way I do. It's fun radio, and it's about the listener, not about you.
And the discipline, I mean, one would wonder that waking up and doing most likely the same thing every day. Where do you get that self-discipline and motivation to just keep waking up and delivering, like you say, to the people and keep it interesting?
I think for me, the fuel is the curiosity of my people, of my listeners. What are they going to tell me today? Where can I take them? Can I ask them this question? What will they say? Will it be a fascinating conversation? You know, some are very fascinating, too short. Some are long enough. You know what I mean? Some, they don't land well for whatever reason. So it's like, okay, let's do better tomorrow. So that is a fuel that just keeps on, you know, giving you that thing. That, hey, maybe tomorrow, let's try more. Let's do something interesting. Let's try a different approach. But more than anything, can my radio show be an antidote to the stripes and struggles that we're going through? Can my radio show be an escape that makes you say, you know what, over and above what I have to deal with as a person, here's my soundtrack that just keeps me sane?
How do you just keep reinventing yourself and staying relevant to your listeners? Yeah,
I think you've got the answer right there, staying relevant. And there's only one way to stay relevant. It's about that curiosity, about their day, about their mindset, about the challenges that they're faced with, about what they're listening to. What is that song? Be curious.
Midday, is it mid-morning rather, radio? You've been doing it for years. I mean, does that work for you, or do you see yourself growing, not growing, but moving to another time slot? Let's say morning show
I think
or evening.
It's also important, and it's also important to know where your strengths are as well. Even when I was recruited from YFM to Metro, I was recruited for mid-morning, right? But obviously things had to change, and I had to do breakfast instead. But me coming back here, they were like, we want you for mid-morning, and giving me mid-morning. It kind of said it suited that style. And speaking to people before me, from Chomani, who has done breakfast for years for Lesedi, to the Tusomutawu and so many other legends. They're like, my man, your voice, your personality, perfect for that time slot. And these are radio giants who give you this feedback, right? But should I be given a task and I can see that I can do it, I'll definitely take it up.
And let's speak about your career as a whole. I don't remember seeing you on television. Is that a conscious decision that you took, that, listen, I want to be known as a person that's changing the radio space and not dabbing other spaces in the media?
Yeah, radio is my first love, there's no question. I did try TV here and there. I'm not comfortable. It's not second nature. And even the longest standing TV show I've ever done was based on my radio show. So it's a comfortable space. And I did try to do things outside that way, a little bit fun and comfortable, but radio definitely will always win.
And also your support for local brands. I mean, right now you're wearing a Tsepo t-shirt, and there's Batu, there's Drip, there's the Lazy Makoti. She also has a story.
That's right.
There is, I forgot his name, but there's a guy, Sandi Archer, that also chairman, definitely. Speak to us about always passing the baton to the next entrepreneur, be it in your space or local brands or any other thing that you do.
Which goes back to what I said earlier on. I'm a platform. Our people needs amplification, they need to be magnified. Africa always had the answers, and we're showing it. I love what the lady who Africa Your Time Is Now did with that t-shirt. I think that t-shirt tells so much of where we've always been. Sort of we were numbed to forget, but I'm glad we're reclaiming that space and stage. So I love it when I see there's nothing as comfortable. The other day, as I was celebrating my 50th, I get a call from Tsepo Jeans to say, can I celebrate you with a lunch? Imagine getting a call from Levi Strauss saying, can I take you out for lunch? I mean, come on, you know what I mean? And those are, for me, it's an honor, which I don't take lightly, because mine was just to say, let's put a zoom light on this young man. Let's put a zoom light here. These spaces, they need to be known and shared, and to see people adorning, their own brands, right? Wearing a name that is theirs, which they understand where it comes from.
And you're also busy with an initiative, Mutwabatu. Can you share more on that?
Mutwabatu initiative comes from the fact that I was given an endorsement by my listeners at Y when I started. I was very multilingual on air and allowed my listeners to speak their language, which at the time, the license conditions, we needed to be strictly black English. And I just veered off a bit with that. And I was like, come on, we're in Gauteng, let's speak the way Gautengers speak. And I was like, I want to win a people's person. But last year I was like, but I have never honored that name in a big way, and I think it's time we should do that. I'm a chemical engineer by training. We had a science lab at Thomas Mafolo High School, which is where I matriculated. But we couldn't do all the experiments. So it meant for your matric exam, you needed to memorize a lot of this experiment so that you get able to write these exams. I just want to change that. Let's try and build a science lab maybe once a quarter at least in township schools, from primary to high school, so that kids can know the science lab, because it's creative, it's a creative environment. And not only that, it also sparks certain geniuses to come out of you, to dabble with nature, elements, and so forth. When you do this and mix it with that, this creates this, oh my word. So there's a world of possibilities.
Is this the life that you always prayed for, that you live in right now?
I would be lying if I say yes. I tell you now, I'll be lying. God just keeps on revealing why I'm here. And I've let go of the reins. And when the moment comes, I act on it. And should I see doors open, I'm like, okay, I see you. And then I just follow it.
And what are you most grateful for? What are you always thankful for when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, the fact that I can wake up and do this. Imagine, and this goes back to the definition which I learned in matric. What is a career? A career is something you don't mind doing 24 hours of a day. And should they pay you for it, you're going to laugh at them. Like, how? You want to pay me for this, really?
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Did you finally find the answer, or the perfect answer, you say, to who you are?
Yo, never. You see, even now you ask me. I'm like, all I know is that I'm here, hey? And the talent in me, or the gift in me, is helping me to, one, realize the potential I have while unlocking others. So I think that's the most thing that I'm really, I think I'm anchored to that as a definition or answer at least to who I am.